we're going to solve the equation negative 4x squared plus 8x equals 7 by completing the square. We already have the terms involving x on one side and the constant term on the other side. We'll factor out a negative 4 to make the coefficient of x squared 1. Leave room here. And if we were to distribute the negative 4, we'd get back what we had here. We'll complete the square on the inside. And half of this coefficient is negative 1. Square that, we get positive 1. Now we've added 1 on the inside, but notice it's subject to being multiplied by that negative 4. So in effect, we have added negative 4. On that side, we need to add negative 4. On this side to compensate. So at this point, we have negative 4 times x minus 1 squared equals 3. Let's divide both sides by negative 4. So then we will have x minus 1 squared equals negative 3/4. Now we're going to use the square root principle. Take the square root of both sides. Don't forget to take plus or minus square root on the right side. Plus or minus the square root of negative 3/4 is equal to plus or minus I. There's the square root of 3/4. I'm going to write that this way. Square root of 3 over the square root of 4. Now I'm going to replace the square root of 4 with 2. And we're almost to the point of having x by itself. We just need to add 1 on both sides. Now x is going to equal to 1 plus or minus I times the square root of 3 over 2, not under the radical at this point. At this point, we have our two solutions, and we need to go back up and see what form we were asked to put them in. Express complex numbers in terms of I. Use integers or fractions for any numbers in the expression. Use a comma to separate answers as needed. Okay, so we are going to use I. We're going to use radicals as needed, and we need to make this into two separate answers. So the answers are 1 plus I times square root of 3 over 2, where it would not be unusual to write square root of 3 over 2, that multiplied times I. It says use commas to separate answers, and 1 minus I root 3 over 2. And there are our two solutions. And there are the steps. Let me know if you have questions.